Guess what day it is? It is Wednesday, hump day, aka Wet Wednesday, which is just an excuse for me to drink more beer, as always. But that's okay. Had a productive day, so I deserve it. Today, though, in my beer holder, I always wondered what that pocket was for. I got Stone Ruination Double IPA. Yippee. Stone Ruination 2.0. And I didn't find out if the 2.0 is because they rechanged the flavor. I don't think so. I think it's just because it's a double IPA. Anyways, Stone Ruination, founded in 1996 in San Marcos, California, by Greg Cope and Steve Wagner. It is the 9th largest craft brewery in the United States, which is number one. I said in a previous video is Yingling, which I don't understand, but yep, that's the largest craft brewery in the United States. It has been voted twice by Beer Advocate as the number one brewery in the world. So this stuff is, I've had Stone Brewing. It's been a long time. I'm not an IPA guy, but Ruination is one of those ones I see, and I'm always just curious. This beer, I guess, came out in 2002 when IPAs weren't really that popular, and that's very true in my opinion. They weren't that popular until 2012, maybe 2011. I'm sure if you were in the in crowd, you knew, but I mean mainstream, that seemed like when they were just all over the damn place. So, oh yeah, they also run a bistro and a garden. So what is a double IPA? Well, basically, from what I've read, it's just a term that means it's a more hoppy, more high alcohol content version of an IPA. And typically they say anything higher than 7.5% is what they consider a really strong IPA. And this one says it right here. Oh, nope, 8.5%. So pretty strong. Yeah, they just have some little thing like talk about on the back of here about how they came out in 2012 with Ruination and how IPAs weren't really that common. And they were one of the first major companies, I think, to make IPAs popular. Anyways, got my 50 cal spent shell. There's my bottle opener as always. I cracked pretty good. Let's try not to break the bottle like I did with freaking Red Stripe. Couldn't believe that. For being a double IPA, that didn't smell too hoppy. Little cuppy, nice and clean. Gotta have a clean glass when you drink a fresh beer. And when you change beers, I highly recommend you rinse your glass out at least. So, low head. Usually high alcohol beers I notice have low head. Color, not super pale. Looks almost more like a lager. It's not crazy pale. It smells like notes of hops, but I was expecting, it's been a long time since I drank this, and I think when I drank it I was a little snookered up because I was like 22 years old. It smells pretty good actually. Let's give it a taste. Woof. It definitely doesn't let down on the hops. That's weird. You'd think it would have a much stronger smell for how strong the hop taste is. But it's not too crazy. I mean, it's for sure an IPA. It definitely just tastes like a strong IPA. I really wouldn't even consider this too far different from a normal IPA, which is probably dangerous because it's 8.5% alcohol. That could probably sneak up on you. I feel like IPAs are definitely one of those beers you don't want to drink a whole crap ton of them. You drink a 6-pack IPA and you're gonna be in for a hurtin'. I think they're a 1 or 2 beer. IPAs to me are not a beer that you can drink just all day, or That's what a Bud Light is for. It's just a party beer and drink all day. This is not something. If you partied with this, if you played a game or two of beer pong with this beer, you're gonna have a bad time. I don't recommend a craft beer pong game, although it might be fun. Another taste. As far as IPAs go, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's spectacular. I forget the score I gave Hoptronics by New Holland Brewing, but man, that was a IPA that I probably will buy again because it was so good, and I feel like I underscored that. So to me, I don't know, like a 3.2, something right around there, 3.3 maybe, 3.3. Like it's a good IPA for what it is, but there's nothing different. But again, it came out in 2002. This was probably a wild beer. What was that, 16 years ago? It's crazy to think about. But and maybe you like I like Stone Brewing for sure. Stone Brewing has a lot of good beer. Arrogant Bastard's a really good beer. They have a pale ale that's really good. They even just have a regular IPA that is a little milder than this, and I probably would like that one. And then there's like session IPAs. IPAs are just, it's crazy to think that how IPA has become the quintessential craft beer, when in reality IPA was just made because beer was spoiling on the trip from England to India when it was the British Raj and it was a colony of Britain. The English Empire, the beer wouldn't last the trip by boat all the way to India, and so they found out if they threw a shit ton of hops in it and bumped the alcohol content to, probably, because beer back then was pretty low, so I don't know, 5 to 7%. I wouldn't imagine much higher than that. They found out that, hey, the beer lasts a little longer in casks. So I just think it's funny, like that's the beer that everybody kind of leans to when they go to craft beer. But it's each their own. Again, I don't judge you. You drink a Cosmo, that's your choice. You drink it because you like it. But IPAs, to me, they're just, they're okay. They're good, like, every once in a while to have a conversation and drink and talk about the beer. I think that's maybe why people like them. Hipsters, or whatever you want to call them, like people who want to feel cultured, can sit around and drink an IPA and just bullshit about the IPA and get your nose in the glass like, oh yeah, those hops, those citric hops, oh wow, that's really good stuff. I mean, good for them. My channel's not about being overly. I'm not gonna break down like what hops are in here and everything like that. And I've seen some guys that have cool channels that do that, and that's fine. They're much more knowledgeable beer people than I am. To me, I'm just giving a layman's honest opinion of what I personally think of the beer. And my channel is designed for people who aren't really super adventurous beer people. It's for people who just are maybe thinking about trying something different, and they see it and they go, hey, there's a normal Joe who, I drink freaking Fat Tire and Amber Ale as one of my favorite beers, and I'm trying something new for people and letting you know, like, yeah, this is crap or it's good. And I think this one is just okay. Kind of giving me like a cotton mouth almost, but that's okay. That just means you want to take another sip. All in all, Ruination is an okay IPA. They have cool artwork too. The gargoyle. They're very famous for the gargoyle. So you probably will see this around on store shelves. You see the gargoyle. If you like IPAs, this is a pretty good IPA to go for, as far as IPAs go. But if you're into more casual beers, definitely try Arrogant Bastard. I haven't seen it around in a long time, but that's a pretty good beer, and you should for sure give that one a go. This one I give a try if you like IPA. But anyways, have a good hump day, guys. Hopefully you get through the work week. I know it should have been a short work week for most people, but some people don't get the liberties of having a nice 3-day or 4-day weekend. So, just keep pressing on, and then the weekend's just around the corner. All right, guys, you have a good one.